Music has come a long way from the 18th century, featuring Mozart, to the early 2000s with hip-hop and R&B. Music itself is defined as the art of producing pleasing or expressive combinations of tones, especially with melody, rhythm, and usually harmony. Music comes in different types of genres such as rap, electronic, rock, and many more. But what's interesting is what makes you attached to these types of music. Today, I'm going to explain topics such as why do people have different music tastes, talk about nostalgia, and many more topics. It is now becoming clear through research that our tastes in music are influenced by a mix of our values, personality, and a way of thinking. In a 2003 study, Peter J. Renfro and Samuel D. Gosling of the University of Texas divided 14 musical genres into 4 categories. One such element, which included elements from the blues, classical, folk, and jazz genres, was described as reflective and complex. Many additional characteristics will be discovered in later research to categorize various genres. However, it is interesting to note that these researchers discovered striking similarities in personalities and values among individuals who fit each music preference factor. Researchers from Yale and the Hebrew University conducted a study in 2015 that revealed how our moods might influence the music we chose to listen to. The controlled study's participants, all of whom had been diagnosed with depression, were asked about their preferences, and the majority responded that listening to sad music made them feel more comfortable and calm. David Greenberg, a psychologist and researcher at the Cambridge University, ran a massive study with more than 4,000 people in the UK, found strongly tied brain types or thinking styles to musical tastes. 3 categories were created for the study subjects: empathizers or type E, who focus on people's thoughts and emotions; systemizers or type S, who focus on the rules and systems; and balanced or type B, who focus equally on both areas. After analyzing the findings of tens of thousands of interviews, Greenberg and his team discovered that type E thinkers favored soft rock and singer-songwriters, as well as low-energy music with emotional depth, especially sad songs. Unsurprisingly, type B personalities tend to show a wider range of preferences than any other kinds. Conversely, type S thinkers preferred more intense and structured music, such as heavy metal or classical music. Your brain will probably release dopamine if you play music, so what is dopamine? Dopamine is an example of a monoamine neurotransmitter. It is produced in the brain and serves as a chemical messenger for signals between the nerve cells, between the brain and the rest of the body. Dopamine functions as a hormone as well. The 3 primary catecholamines are dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine, a label based on having part of the same molecule structure. Your adrenal gland, a little hat-shaped gland found above each kidney, produces these hormones. Another neurohormone released by the hypothalamus in your brain is dopamine. Our brains produce musical memory templates according to neuroscientist Valerie Salim-Pour. Depending on our prior experiences and exposure to different musical genres, our brains can predict how we would feel after listening to a song. When we listen to a new music, our brains may choose whether to reactivate these rewards pathways based on the musical genres we have previously recorded. For instance, if you have never heard about classical music before, you'll probably find it boring the first time you will hear it. Regardless of the music we choose, listening to music triggers distinct and unique memories and feelings. According to some studies, the behavior is correlated with activity in particular brain regions associated with memory and reflective thought. The kind of connection between the auditory areas of the brain and the hippocampus changes while you are listening to your favorite music. It is well known that the hippocampus is involved in memory and emotional processing. So, what is the hippocampus? The brain structure known as the hippocampus is located deep in each cerebral cortex temporal lobe. It is a crucial component of the limbic system, a section of the brain that controls motivation, emotion, memory, and learning. In other words, regardless of the genre, familiarity of the music itself generates a response. We listen to music that gives us this feeling for a number of reasons. We could use it to help us describe how we're feeling. It can help us convey feelings that will otherwise be difficult to express. Nostalgia. Nostalgia also plays a role in music. People experience nostalgia, access individually important autobiographical moments that are generally shared with family, friends, and other close relationships. Reflection on the past frequently contains both happy and negative emotions. The sense of nostalgia is triggered by familiar sounds, scents, and other memories of the past. Conversations and even self-direct memory can produce nostalgia, which is frequently sparked by sensory stimuli. During nostalgic activity, the brain reward regions, including the hippocampus, the substance nigra, the ventral tegmental area, and the ventral striatum are active. This involvement of the reward center explains the very common phenomenon of experiencing positive feelings while listening to music from the past, even if the song wasn't necessarily a favorite at the time, but nonetheless a big part of popular culture or the listener's life. According to the BBC's Science Focus, it is all to do with the reminiscence bump. Psychologists have shown that we tend to remember more events from our teenage and early adult years, and that our favorite music also tends to be from this time. It's during these years that our identities are forming, and the songs that accompany our adolescence experiences leave a lifelong emotional imprint in the brain.
Kalau musik pasti itu terbukti secara ini ya, secara ilmu itu membantu, karena kan musik itu mempengaruhi mood, mempengaruhi emosi, itu sudah secara keilmuan itu terbukti. Jadi musik itu mempengaruhi sistem syaraf manusia, tidak selalu positif, bisa negatif, bisa netral juga, tergantung dari moodnya sendiri, tergantung dari preference dari orangnya, pribadi masing-masing manusianya gitu. Tergantung dari musiknya ya, tergantung dari musik. Musik kan macam-macam nih genre-nya. Ya, ada yang kencang, ada yang lambat, kan. Stereotipnya kalau kenceng itu agresif. Tapi nggak selalu sebenarnya. Sebenarnya kalau misalnya masih yang rock, yang tergantung dari ketukannya. Kalau ketukannya cepat, itu semangat, positif, gembira. Jadi bisa membuat orang moodnya bagus. Kalau misalnya ketukannya lambat, itu membuat tenang, ya. Tapi kalau misalnya ada yang agresif tuh, nah itu yang bisa membuat orang yang tadinya depresi tambah depresi. Atau ada yang lambat tapi nadanya itu sedih ya. Ya, nah itu juga bahkan bisa mendorong orang menjadi lebih sedih. Jadi tergantung juga jadi dari genre.
Dari genre.
Kognitif, fungsi otak itu terpengaruh banget dari musik. Jadi sistem syaraf manusia itu sangat dipengaruhi oleh musik kan. Jadi begitu ada musik, itu langsung itu trigger tuh di otak. Ini pengalaman dari teman-teman juga. Kalau misalnya ada yang belajar, itu harus ada musik.
Saya sama sih.
Nah iya, jadi ini merangsang otaknya untuk lebih mengerti. Atau ada yang malah enggak. Jadi sebenarnya musik itu sebagai rangsangan. Rangsangan itu ya. Stimulus sebenarnya. Iya. Sebagai stimulus bagi untuk otak kita. Itu sifatnya.
Oke.
Kalau otak itu menerima kan, menerima stimulus. Kalau menerima itu biasanya general ya. Nah sekarang yang penting adalah bagaimana manusia itu merespon terhadap stimulusnya. Nah disitulah kalau dari psikologi bagaimana manusia merespon terhadap stimulus tersebut. Kita kembali lagi ke genre musiknya. Nah atau ada dua jenis musik juga, bukan genre, ada instrumental, ada lirik. Gitu. Kalau instrumental biasanya lebih menyenangkan. Nah, gimana otak itu memproses kemudian menjadi emosi, menyenangkankah atau enggak gitu. Nah, kalau di ilmu biasanya itu tiga tuh yang paling umum. Dia adalah rock, apakah dia itu blues dan reggae. Biasanya tiga itu yang dibahas terus. Kalau rock itu semangat, biasanya positif ya yang dibahas. Rock itu semangat, kalau blues itu menyenangkan, karena kalau menyenangkan itu responnya adalah ke jantung. Detak jantungnya itu melambat, kita jadi tenang. Itu menenangkan. Reggae juga sama, lebih menenangkan, tapi ada efek ininya, senangnya, lebih ke ada efek senangnya. Jadi ada tiga jenis itu. Perbedaannya ada di situ. Gitu. Biasanya yang lebih nempel itu kalau yang nggak kita suka ya biasanya ya.
Iya.
Melekat ya. Jadi kalau misalnya kenapa lebih melekat? Karena lebih apa ya namanya ya, lebih berbekas. Kalau misalnya lebih berbekas, it stays.
Yes.
Ya kan, tidak biasanya it stays. Nah itu lebih berbekas. Nah itu yang biasanya melekat. Itu yang biasanya lebih kita ingat terus. Sedangkan kalau misalnya yang santai-santai aja itu biasanya lewat aja. Lewat gitu sih. Jadi lebih kalau menurut saya yang negatif itu lebih stay. Kalau untuk apa ya namanya terapi untuk nostalgia itu penting. Kalau misalnya susah tuh menjadi ya. Kadang-kadang kan ada yang di repress. Nah, lagu itu membantu, musik itu membantu. Jadi membuka emosi-emosi di masa lalu itu dari lagu. Jadi emosi itu digali, karena kan dengan ketenangan, nah itu biasanya orang terbuka emosinya, nah orangnya juga lebih tenang. Tapi itu proses ya. Proses itu nggak langsung tiba-tiba langsung wah terbuka semua enggak. Music itu very helpful untuk orang terbuka dalam mengutarakan atau mengingat kembali nostalgiknya dan kejadian-kejadian masa lalu.
Music isn't simple. There are many different types of music that millions of people like. It could bring them joy or sadness, and it could mean different things towards some people. Music also has a role in nostalgia too, where a person has listened to a certain song in the past, and when they get reminded of that specific song, it unlocks a certain memory. I hope this video is helpful for you, and I'll see you next time.